0728714232.
A very good afternoon. Thank you so much for choosing and making Pepeta TV to be your favorite TV news this afternoon. We have quite a lot of lineup for you, including the just concluded Sifuna-led Mwananchi rally in Kitengela. My name is Chacha Tobias. Stay tuned from the beginning of this broadcast to the end. And to begin with, several people were injured as the ODM Edwin Sifuna-led Linda Mwananchi rally in Kitengela, Kajiado County ended up prematurely after a tear gas canister was lobbed. And the disruption came moments after the Orange Party Secretary General had warned that there were plans to interfere with the planned rally in Kitengela, where other leaders, including ODM's deputy leader Godfrey Ososi, Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino, and Siaya Governor James Orengo, voted to support Sifuna's opposition to the ODM-UDA pre-election pact.
Wakora waliingia kwa stage yetu asubuhi wakavunja mitambo yetu, ati kutuzuia tusiweze kuongea na nyinyi.
Wako na chama lakini sisi tuna wanachama. Wakienda State House wanawacha vijana wapi? Wakienda State House wanawacha wamama wapi?
Wamekula pesa kwenda kuuza chama na hatutakubali.
Sasa wale wengine wanajaribu kuuza chama cha ODM kwa Ruto. Tunawaambia wana Ruto, kama umewapatia deposit, waambie wakurudishie pesa yako.
Wapeleke watu jela wangapi? Sisi tutakomboa nchi hii inaitwa Kenya.
Mkitoka Kitengela mtatolewa tena kwa committee. Muwe tayari. Every rally has casualties.
Hata iwapo tutachorewa, hata iwapo tutapangiwa, Bwana ndiye mchungaji.
Walikuwa mkutano huko Kitengela. Hiyo mkutano kulikuwa na watu kutoka ODM, watu kutoka chama ya Jubilee, watu kutoka chama ya DCP, watu kutoka chama ya...
Now still on matters politics, ODM leaders under the broad-based arrangement have dismissed the political rally led by the party Secretary General Edwin Sifuna in Kitengela, Kajiado County, and led by party leader Oburu Odinga. The leaders termed the move as an act of rebellion and a violation of the party constitution, and the leaders say they will move on with pre-election negotiation with President William Ruto's UDA party, asking Sifuna and company to quit the party.
Walikuwa mkutano huko Kitengela. Hiyo mkutano kulikuwa na watu kutoka ODM, watu kutoka chama ya Jubilee, watu kutoka chama ya DCP, watu kutoka chama ya Wiper, watu kutoka vyama ambaye hajulikani, na vyama vyote ambaye wako katika mrengo wa Munyoro. Kama watu wameamua wafanye kazi na watu wa Munyoro, waende wafanye siasa yao huko, tafadhali wasilete tashwishi kwa watu ya ODM.
Wewe ukileta DCP kwa mambo unasema ni ya ODM, hiyo ni ODM witu, na ODM ambayo iko na wananchi, iko na wanachungwa, iko na jeshi la baba, ni ODM ambayo iko hapa Tononoka siku ya leo.
You don't go out and you start now talking as if you are the king. Na wewe kwa in the order and in the structure, you are not able to speak to the structures.
Hichi chama ambaye wengine wetu tulipigwa risasi, tukapigwa matia gas, tukafinywa, tukaumizwa, tutasimama na chama cha ODM.
Ajenzi wenzangu hoye! Forward ever, backward never. And we are not going to allow people to pull us backwards. Those who want to pull us backwards we tell them, Pongo.
Hawakuanza kuasi chama cha ODM leo. Watu walianza kuasi chama cha ODM tangu wakati baba yuko hai.
Wale wawili watatu ambayo wameamua hawataki nidhamu, hawana heshima na wameanza hiyo kutoheshimu ODM wakati wa baba, watoke kwa chama, wachane na sisi, tuwe nyuma ya kiongozi wetu Oburu Oginga.
Katika hiyo meza ya mazungumzo tunamtaka Ali Hassan Joho, tunamtaka Abdul Samad na tunamtaka Mung'aro.
Katika yale mazungumzo yale ambayo yataunda serikali ya Kenya, tunaomba na tunataka ya kwamba mpwani awe pale.
And moving on, President William Ruto has called for inclusive dialogue in South Sudan as the nation prepares for a general election December 2026. The president said that this will ensure the credibility of the anticipated electoral process that is set to end of the transition period. Ruto was speaking on the sideline of the 39th African Union Summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Also called for the inclusion of holdout groups and those excluded from the revitalized transitional government of the national unit to resolve outstanding issues under the revitalized agreement and advance critical transitional milestone.
Calls on the Commission to establish a dedicated support structure for the panel of the wise to sustain political dialogue in crisis situations. It further proposes scaling the peace fund from $400 million to $1 billion, strengthening preventive democracy and mediation, closing the early warning response gap, reinforcing norms against unconstitutional change of government. They emphasize the need to transition decisively from negotiations to full-scale implementation. Key outcomes included the call to accelerate ratification of the outstanding protocols on investment, competitive policy, intellectual property rights, digital trade, and women and youth in trade by the end of 2026. Duty-free trade across the ACFTA market should be realized no later than 31st December 2030. To reinvigorate the Pan-African Parliament, Decision 920 called for ratification of the 2014 Malabo Protocol granting limited legislative powers through model laws at the Assembly's invitation. I propose intensified sensitization and outreach by the Parliament Bureau, members of Parliament, and the Commission to encourage member states to ratify.
And of course, that news brings us to our first commercial break here at Pepeta TV 1 PM News Bulletin. Don't go far away. We will be back with more news in detail. Stay tuned.
In a world where safety is no longer optional, one name stands out for dependable protection: Chamguard Security Company. Our comprehensive services include guard services, dog patrol units, private investigations, intruder alarm security control systems, protocol and security services, event security management, CCTV camera installation, remote controlled gate installation, electric fence installation, razor wire setup, and close protection services. Chamguard Security Company. Reliable security. Trust the experts. Call us today and let us secure what matters most.
Pepeta TV is looking for marketers to join our dynamic team. Are you confident, persuasive, and passionate about marketing? This is your chance to take initiative. Put your skills to work and be part of our team. Send your CV to pepetatv1@gmail.com. For inquiries, call 0729109092. Pepeta TV, tunakupa.
And welcome back from that short commercial break. Indeed, it was short. Now moving on with our bulletin this afternoon is Deputy President Kithure Kindiki has maintained that his second-in-command seat is not up for grabs. Speaking in the Imenti Central Meru County, Kindiki asked his supporters not to be dismayed by the ongoing scramble for the running mate slot in the President William Ruto's re-election bid next year, and told those seeking to dislodge him to prepare for a grueling political combat.
Letewe wasiwasi na mambo madogo madogo yale watu wanaongea, watu wa siasa. Mimi ndio Deputy President wa Kenya, na hii kiti hakuna mahali kinaenda, na tukitoka hapa hakuna kurudi nyuma, ni kusonga mbele. Sisi ndio mafundi wa siasa. Sisi ndio mafundi wa nini? Hata nyinyi mkiniangalia hivi watu ya Karieni, mimi naweza tishwa na watu hivi. Naweza tishwa na watu. Kwa hivyo ile tunaomba ni kwamba tufanye siasa ya kuunganisha Wakenya, siasa ya kuleta watu pamoja, sio siasa ya kuleta madharau, sio siasa ya kuleta mgawanyiko. Kwa sababu siku ya siasa sisi ndio tutatengeneza hiyo maneno. Ni fire si fire. Mwanasiasa mzuri anajua siku ya kazi na siku ya siasa. Niseme nisiseme? Ukiwa mwanasiasa kumbavu, unaongea kila siku. Unaongea Jumatatu, Jumanne, Alhamisi, Jumapili, Januari, Disemba, ni mdomo. Wewe ni mwanasiasa ambaye hauna akili. Mwanasiasa mwenye akili anajua siku ya kuongea, siku ya kukimya, siku ya kupiga siasa na siku ya kazi.
Sasa Kithure Kindiki ndiye naibu wa rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, na ndiye atakuwa naibu wa rais 2027 kuelekea 2032. Wale ambao wanatafuta viti watafute viti, lakini wasitafute kiti ya rais na kiti ya naibu wa rais.
And now on matters education, the Ministry of Education has distributed over 8.4 million grade 10 textbooks to public senior schools across the country to facilitate seamless learning and the competence-based education. This makes up about 70% of the total books earmarked for distribution, with the ministry assuring schools that the remaining consignment will be delivered by the end of this month. And the assurance coming amid this rising concern that grade 10 learners in a section of schools who are pursuing the STEM pathway lack textbooks less than 2 weeks before they proceed for the mid-term break. And now to our last news bulletin this afternoon is church leaders tone it down. The church is calling for peace and political tolerance ahead of the 2027 general elections, raising the alarm over the rising political temperatures. Anglican Church Archbishop Jackson Ole Sapit warned that the current political bickering and grandstanding threatened to further divide the country, and as Nyeri Archbishop Anthony, the counterpart Kamau Mwangi now against the continued politicization for the country drought situation currently affecting 3.3 million Kenyans. Watch.
Let us not project voices as if Kenya is going to die on an election date. If we are not agreeing, politically, because we have a system of agreeing to disagree. And the ballot is the one that will enable us to agree to disagree. This is a moment where they are now dismantling old vehicles and building new ones. And that's what happened to Kenya. You hardly get a formation that takes us through 2 elections. We dismantle, build again, alliances are broken, MOUs are broken, and they are built again. These are Kenyans' resources. Let us stop playing with the Kenyan people's minds. Let us protect our resources. Let us govern a nation for posterity.
We must not play the politics of drought, the politics of those vulnerable. We must not use them as our means of gaining popularity. We must not weaponize drought.
Let us not
broadcast this afternoon here at Pepeta TV 1 p.m. News Bulletin. Thank you so much for choosing and making Pepeta TV to be a favorite source of news this afternoon. We surely do not take that for granted. And remember, for those news in details, make sure that you visit all our social media platforms on Facebook, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at Pepeta TV. Make sure that you leave a comment and all shall be well. I've been your host, Chacha Tobias. Until next time, I wish you a lovely day ahead. Good afternoon.